Afternoon VC, Harris here with another video for the VC. You spoke, I've listened. You won't Harris Pilton merchandise. We are going to deliver. My mate Kenny's here, part owner of a Taiwanese sweatshop. We've seen your messages on Snapchat. We've seen your messages on MySpace. And we're going to deliver what you've asked for. Harris Pilton t-shirts. They're all ready to go. It's all the go in the VC. Let me assure you now, these are environmentally friendly. We have had to use baby seals in the production, but the good news is, Kenny, confirm, how many baby seals did we kill in this? 6. We've only killed 16 baby seals, and the forecast was for 20. So you might argue that we've saved the lives of 4 baby seals. So that's the result. I've been involved in every single step of the Q&A process here. Quality assurance is our watchword. So let's have the reveal. Here we go. It's the Harris Pilton t-shirt. And here it is. This is the merchandise. 1990. Let's have a... Well, that's got what? You put one R in there. It's Harris. H-A-R. Right. You spelt my name wrong, mate. How many of these have we ordered? 55,000? What? Well, you know that pile of burning tyres we've got out back? You put them all on there. Right, there's going to be a delay. There's going to be a delay on the t-shirts. I can assure you, anyone who has sent money already, the funds will rest in my tax-free offshore slush fund. That's all been signed off by Liz Truss. No issues there. I do apologise for this. And you spelt like wrong, mate. Like, what are you? Okay, moving on from the t-shirts. I'll update you later on these. Let's just look at some records. Last couple of weeks. This is a nice one. Dinosaur Jr. 7,200 seconds. They did this in 1993. Live on MTV. 1993. They did a song from each album up to that point. So song number 1, you've got Severed Lips from their first album. Probably the best song about, if I was doing my top 10 songs about rubber sex dolls, that would probably be in there, along with Roxy Music's Every Dream Home a Heartache, which is an amazing tune. Or, you know, I love a rubber sex doll song. Budge, a fantastic version of Budge, where Jay Mascis doesn't really sing. It's almost like an instrumental. We got, and then from the album that this was going to promote their video, the song Thumb, which is all right, and then you got Raisins at the end from the second album. It's not, if you're not into Dinosaur Jr. or if you're not familiar with them, this wouldn't be my entry point. This is really for your Dinosaur Jr. fan. But yeah, it's pretty decent. 4 tracks, just came out, and it's from the MTV Live, so yeah, pretty decent. Next up, I just saw this last week and it was really cheap, and I love the Twin Peaks soundtrack. So this is Julie Cruz, Floating Into the Night. Look at that. Promotional copy, not for resale. This was really cheap. And quite looking forward to this. It's very ambient from memory. I think I remember hearing it on a CD. But yeah, Julie Cruz, Floating Into the Night. And yeah, looking forward to playing this. And I say this is really cheap. But I looked on Discogs and this has gone berserk recently. Due to, sadly, Julie Cruz dying recently, I imagine. But yeah, Floating Into the Night, Julie Cruz. Should be good. Next up, I bought this today, new record, well not a new record, a new pressing of an old record that I've been searching for ages. I absolutely love salsa, boogaloo, 60s boogaloo, 60s salsa. This is the legendary Fania All-Stars, live from the Cheetah Club, August 71. It's come out on Craft Recordings, which normally I don't get involved in this sort of nonsense, but I'm so thrilled to get this. It's a live record. It sounds insane. This is like salsa mayhem. It's just detonating off. You always have that sort of question, what part of musical history would you love to be transported back to? And I suppose a lot of people might say the 100 Club in 77 in England, or Greenwich Village in New York 61, or the Cavern Liverpool, but I've got to say the Cheetah Club in New York, I reckon, would be pretty insane. It's got all the big names on it: Ray Barretto, Willie Colon, Hector Lavoe, Ishmael Miranda. It's live. It's absolutely tears it up. This is pretty much salsa. It's an area I started getting into about 20 years ago, and I love it. It's so upbeat. It's a little bit like the Latin version of Northern Soul, really. And actually, a lot of Northern Soul uses sort of Latin, salsa, boogaloo. I mean, the other records I've got into, I mean, I've had these for a few years, but these are great starter points. Ray Barretto's Acid. This is an absolute monster of an album. Just mayhem. It's just fantastic dance floor stuff. And the track Acid is a beaut. It's got this slow rolling bass line that goes on for, 5 minutes, and then it just kicks in with that sort of salsa ding 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 ding. It's just brilliant. They all sound like that, but yeah. And also, I think I put this up behind me the other day. Ray Barretto, Subway Joe, just fantastic, absolutely fantastic stuff. So it's a real great area. It's not an area you see a lot on the VC. Sort of that when people do the Latin stuff, they tend to again go for the more credible end. But I like just the dance floor stuff and what kids would have been listening to then. And yeah, fantastic stuff. This is an absolute beauty I got from the legendary Boohoo Records in Southampton, down the wrong end of town, near the St Mary's football ground. Barry, 81 years old now. He doesn't give a monkey's about 12-inch singles. He just stacks them horizontally in a corner that you can't even get to. So I dig through them, and sometimes you just got to give up. It's impossible. I've found so many killers in there, absolute killers. But he puts them all on for £1. Everyone, he's always done them for £1. This is the Slow Dive In My Mind remixes, which I found, which has been Slow Dive, obviously like a shoegaze band, but like all English bands of the 90s, the gap between indie and dance culture really narrowed massively after bands like Left Field, Primal Scream, Orbital, Chemical Brothers, Fatboy Slim. So everyone had a remix, all the indie bands, and this is just the 2 remixes. The Bandaloo remix of In My Mind and the 147 take, and they're really great. They're kind of like drum and bass, not too quick, probably about 120 beats per minute. Really hard to find this now, and like I say, every time I go to Barry's I find something like this, and it's always £1. He doesn't even sticker them. It's just this pile of horizontal 12 inches about 8 feet high, and yeah, fantastic stuff. Yeah, the VC would have a bloody heart attack, but yeah, great stuff. Slow Dive, In My Mind remixes. Another nice cheap one I found. This is from Vinilo. 12-inch of Cosmic Girl, Jamiroquai. I've got a bit of a soft spot for this era of Jamiroquai. And this version of Cosmic Girl, that's what I like about 12s. One, they sound amazing. Two, they'll often do a different version. It's slowed down. It's got like Philly strings on it. Sounds great. Really great. And it's got a great... The Quasar mix is mostly instrumental. That's a decent one as well. It sounds a bit like Parliament or Funkadelic. Another one I found from Vinilo Vintage. Who remembers Senor Coconut? He was like a balding German guy who decided to do cha-cha-cha cover versions of Kraftwerk. And now he's done a Latin version of Michael Jackson's Beat It. And this is the 12-inch. And yeah, I think a few people on the VC know Senor Coconut because he became slightly big in the UK around the late 90s during sort of the dance boom. But yeah, decent stuff. I just love stuff like this. Total oddity. The theme from Hill Street Blues on a 12-inch. I mean, I love the theme from Hill Street Blues anyway. And yeah, fantastic stuff. One track on a 12-inch. It's just one of those oddities you find. And if you put it on, people around you, people always love this theme. They went, oh man, I remember that. It's a great thing. Mike Post. And on the back, it's got Aaron's tune, An Afternoon at the Rhino, which I think Afternoon at the Rhino was sort of one of those novelty Northern Soul tracks that used to get played in the 70s. But yeah, theme from Hill Street Blues, £1, says please. Another couple of 12s. I've got Dave Clark. He was a techno boffin of England, and that's 3 by Dave Clark, including The Storm, which is a fantastic techno banger. I found the LFO remix of LFO. The remix ain't as good as the original LFO, but on the B-side you've got Mentuck 1 and Quajard, which are both fantastic. Did I say Quajard? Yeah, it is Quajard, isn't it? They're fantastic, these. And that's from Vinilo again. And last up, a really cheap 12-inch, Underwater Love, Smoke City. Came out in the 90s. Levi's used it to soundtrack one of their adverts. It's kind of like a slow, Bjork-esque, sort of trip-hop, 98 beats per minute, Spanish guitar. Lovely track, actually. And everyone in the UK remember this. I think it went to like number 2 and number 3 in the charts off the back of the Levi's advert. But yeah, Smoke City, Underwater Love. Again, another 12. Sounds fantastic. And it was £1, so £2, I think. Fantastic. Anyway, thanks for watching. Merchandise update on the way soon. Save the seals. Take care, everyone.